I am Trudy with Heal Wellness and Therapy, and oh, our aching feet. Here's what we have done. We have put shoes on our feet all day, every day, and we walk on them. And then we don't take care of them. So this quick little video is a way to teach you with no tools other than a hand how to gently stretch out the toes and the fronts of your feet, as well as gain strength that you're losing every day that you're in shoes, whether it's for work, play, or just you wear shoes all the time. So my friend's going to work with me here. The first thing we're going to do is work on really spreading out through the toes. So we can very easily spread our hands out, and we have a lot of dexterity with our hands, so we do that all the time. But we don't often do that with our toes. So starting with our right foot, we're going to bring our foot up against our other leg. So you can have yourself in a tailored sitting like I am in, or you can straighten one leg. If you have hamstring tension, you can also take a block and place it underneath your knee to not have yourself having any stress or strain to the hips or the low back. With that being said, with the right foot, take the left hand, index finger, and place it between the first and the second toe. And to continue interlacing every toe between every finger until you get the fingers and the toes as close to one another as you can. Once you have it there, all you need to do is give it a big squeeze. As you're squeezing, what's happening is you're stretching out all of the bones in your feet that are squished and stressed all day long while you're in shoes. So holding that position, maybe even give it a little wiggle. I always encourage people to do this for about 30 seconds to a minute at night once they have taken their shoes off. Then let's release our hands from that toe. And it's very nice to do joint distraction when your toes or your feet are sore and tired. Joint distraction means that you pull along the length of the joint, and then you just create a little bit of wiggle movement, which increases the fluid in the joints. So how we're going to do that, take your right hand and grab the top of your foot and the bottom of your foot, and then take your left hand and grab your big toe. Holding the big toe, pull it all the way outward, and then gently try to wiggle it into a bend and gently try to wiggle it into an extension. Just do that 2 or 3 times, and then we will move on to the second toe. Very nice. Releasing the big toe, taking to the second toe, grabbing the toe, holding the foot, pulling it straight out as you pull, then bending those knuckles. Oftentimes, you will get little pops and snaps as you're moving back and forth. It is very beneficial to get those pops and snaps 2 or 3 times, and then pulling that foot out. Going to the third toe, pulling straight out as you feel every joint finding space, and then bending to and from with every single toe. And you would continue doing this 2 to 3 times, pulling out with the fourth toe, bending back and forth 2 or 3 times, and then pulling out with the pinky and bending back and forth 2 or 3 times. Very nice. Then just switching feet and doing everything all over on the opposite side. So crossing the opposite leg over, either choosing a tailor position or one leg straight, one leg bent. This time taking the right hand to the left foot, starting with the index finger between the first and the second toe, and then interlacing in between every single toe until you feel like knuckles are touching knuckles. Then taking a nice big tight squeeze and holding it and spreading the space between the toes, and even maybe doing a bit of wiggle as you just increase the fluid through those areas that are just congested all day long while they're being squished. Once you've done that, going back to doing the distraction technique. So now take your left hand and support the foot. Take your right hand and grab the big toe and pull the big toe like you're trying to pull it away from the foot. Once you have it fully distracted, gently bending forward and backward, never causing any pain, but just creating space where you've lost it. 2 or 3 times, and then going to the second toe, pulling the toe all the way out, and then forward and back 2 or 3 times. Very nice. And then pull it out, go to the third toe, get that distraction, and then 2 or 3 times back and forth, adding space, fluid, and movement, exactly what our joints need for healthiness. Going to the fourth toe, pulling it straight out, and then back and forth. Again, pops and clicks are healthy and normal. Don't be concerned. Just don't push or stress anything beyond pain. And then finally, that little toe, pulling it straight out and then back and forth, allowing that to happen 2 or 3 times. And once you've completed that, really just feeling the as you've stretched out all of your toes. Now, moving on to some strengthening. Place your left foot so that you're in a gentle knee bend. Take your right foot and place the foot onto the floor so that you feel like your knee is stacked straight on top of your ankle. Now, if you have issues with your knee, back, or hip that you don't want to be sitting on the floor, oftentimes to do strengthening, you can sit in a normal chair. You can actually even do this in standing. So what we want to work on doing is picking up all of the toes. With all of the toes picked up, working the teeny tiny muscles of the feet that do this in our hands. Holding up the outer toes, taking the big toe and dropping it down to the floor. Very nice. Lifting it back up and then dropping it down to the floor. Yes. Keeping these outer toes up and straight and doing down with just the big toe and up. Let's do 5 times. Down with that toe and up. One more time to make it 5 and up. Then holding the big toe up, taking the outer toes and dropping them down and lifting them up for 1. Dropping and lifting for 2. Drop and lift for 3. Drop and lift for 4. And drop and lift for 5. Beautiful. Switching feet, taking the right knee under you as you rest your foot, taking the left leg in front of you. Once you are there, finding a position that you can stack your knee on top of your ankle so that you're not moving or lifting your heel. It's just about your forefoot. Very nice. Taking all of your toes and picking them up. And then focusing on just the big toe and dropping just that big toe down. Oh, that is not so easy, is it? Oh, this way. Aha, so we found a weakness in her foot. So here's what you can sometimes do. Don't look at it. Sometimes your brain is tricked by the patterns of tension and tightness you have. So just merely close your eyes. And imagine, if you can, that you're taking that big toe and touching it down. Very good. That's 1. And again, just the big toe. Think about it. That's 2. She's strengthening not only her muscles, but her brain. And just that big toe. That's 3. And just that big toe. And 4. And one more time, just that big toe. And 5. Very good. Opening your eyes and seeing if you can do your outer toe. So keep the big toe up. Now look at how strong she is there. That's 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. So just remember, all we need is a little bit of space for our joints and our muscles and a little bit of strength, because unfortunately we just spend way too much time in shoes. Thanks for joining me. Now, if you like this video, select the like little thumbs up right below me. Also remember to subscribe and check the bell. That'll be a notification to you via email when we have any new videos that come out. Thanks for joining us.